G'day guys, Morezy here. Welcome back to Morezy Plays Minecraft, episode 46. And I'm just down here. I've done a little bit of work, if you can tell. We've enclosed some of this drop shaft. You can almost see I've started doing all the glass on the inside as well, like we talked about. So this section here is actually, what, three blocks thick. And that gives it a nice clean look when you look at it this way. And you can't see so many edges, and I've only got halfway up there obviously, so we've got more to go yet. How's it going, guys? This episode we're going to be working on a few little things. I've been absolutely racking my brain trying to work out how to do this sorting system for our chest configuration that we had down here, and I think, look at these guys, oh, that is not a good thing. Alright, hang on, let me sort these guys out. Now, I think I actually do have I have my sounds turned off? Maybe I do. Friendly creatures. Where are we? Hostile. Yeah, now I think I've got it pretty much under control. It's going to require a little bit of rejigging, I think, but it should be just about right. Now, what we have to do is try and work out whether this circular pattern that I've got going on here, like this, is actually going to work. I've got a feeling that I'm going to have to make it a little bit bigger for it to work nice and cleanly. But I'm not too worried about that because I kind of wanted a nice big looking storage room anyway. So that is not a bad thing. Alright, as you can see as well, I've started clearing out some more ground here, made it a little bit smoother. You can start to see some of the shapes that we were working with last episode. These guys, man, they're annoying. I really need to set up an iron golem down here, obviously, if there's going to be more slimes down here. But one thing that I've noticed is we've got a bit of an issue at the moment, and I'm showing you what I mean. Okay guys, here we are at the iron farm, and I thought I'd come and check out my iron farm yesterday to see how it was going, and to my shock, most of my villagers are gone. Now this thing was absolutely chock-a-block before, because I created that villager transport system. Here's one, we've got 2, 3, and 4 villagers. And that is nowhere near enough. We're not creating any iron, and we probably haven't been creating iron for quite some time. So, my reserves of iron down here, although I still have a fair bit, that's quite a lot there, but we are going to have to fix this before I start doing this sorting system, because that is going to take quite a lot of iron. So, what I thought we would do is try and investigate some of the reasons why this might be happening. Now, there's 2 main reasons I've thought of so far. One is that I believe in this version, which is 1.8.1, there are some entity issues, and I think we've crossed this before, where things just randomly disappear, entities. I'm hoping that's the main problem, because if it is, I'll be updating very soon. The other thing I was thinking is possibly, I know that when I sent the villagers out here with the minecarts looked like they sort of desynced out of the alignment that they were travelling, so if they were travelling along here, they would desync and end up in the wall. And I'm wondering whether maybe that is a similar situation with these villagers, and they're actually ending up in the wall when I'm far away, somehow, and they're suffocating. That is another thought. So maybe someone with a bit more knowledge of some of the game mechanics could fill me in on that, but I'm going to guess it's probably option 1 or 2. I don't think there's any other reason. I know that, and I mean, if zombies got in here, we'd just see zombie villagers in here, so I doubt that's the reason. Plus I made this so I'm pretty sure zombies can't get up there anyway. So, I'm going to probably have to send some more villagers this way, and if that is the case and they are getting suffocated, then I think what we'll end up doing is probably trying to put in some fence posts or something here instead of full blocks. Just see if that stops them from suffocating, and hopefully we can fix this. Now the other thing that this may require is maybe I've got to build this iron farm closer to my base so I can keep an eye on it. The idea of putting it here was that it would be functioning all the time, but now with our chunk loaders we could potentially load the chunk over where our base is and get that working all the time too. So there's a few decisions I have to make there, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go and look at my villages and see if there's any I can send over. I know that I did accidentally let go of about 5 toolsmiths because I pressed the wrong button, and they ended up in my reject pile of my villages, so I've got 2 options. I might be able to fish those guys out or just get rid of them and start again. So I'll go back to here and we'll see what we are looking at. Okay, so here's one of my issues. As you can see, I've got a couple guys filled up in minecarts. One there, one there, one there, one there. And I know at least 1 or maybe even 2 villages got dumped into here. Now this is where I've been picking up the villagers to send them off to the iron farm. And I'm almost tempted just to not even bother trying to get these guys out of here. That was not one of them. That was not one of them. Toolsmith. Efficiency 2. Yeah, I almost can't be bothered, I think, to get these guys out. I might even just sacrifice them for the greater good and send them to the iron farm. See, yeah, this guy. Here's another one. So there's 2 in there so far. And then we've also got this guy here, which I can get back in again. He's got a cheaper pick, which is good. This guy here just got picked up when one of the minecarts was empty. This guy's been here for a little while as well, this one. And so is this guy. So, I'm going to try and clean these up a bit. Now, what I did was I temporarily forgot which button I needed to press to cycle the villagers. So I pressed this one, and it's actually this one here. So that meant that I sent all my villagers around, and I tried to fix it and, yeah, screwed it up big time, basically. Oh, we've still got that guy, so he's not too bad. Maybe we'll leave him there. And now I've just got to go around the back here and see... Can I still get around the back? I can't even remember how I do that now. I need to see if the system is ready to accept another villager or not. So, this is a little bit tricky. What we've got to look for here is a switched track. So the villagers will come around that side. Tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to turn these guys right down. There we go. So the villagers come around this side here on the minecart, and they go into the next available track. So if we have a quick look here, this looks okay. So that one goes there. None of these are switched, which is good. And when we go over here, oh, nearly fell off. When we go over here, this is where they get all stacked up. And let's see if we can... I can't even remember how I built this thing. It's been a little while now. So what's this guy here? I think he is a... Well, this guy here is an armourer, so this guy here must be the other toolsmith I have. So what I've got to try and do now is get the toolsmith down the bottom. So let's... Oh dear. Let's try our best to sync this up. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay guys, I've got it. Alright, here's what we're going to do. So the first thing we need to do, let's make sure this is the right one, toolsmith, is send this guy away down into the Pez dispenser. And if I was correct, we should actually get a new guy come up. Here he is. Okay. Now, what that did is this guy was the only guy that was in there, but he was right at the bottom. So luckily, by pressing the cycle button, I actually got that guy into the top, and now I can push the cycle button again, and he will end up in the next position, and this section here would be open. So the first thing we want to do is see who we've got here. So it's a Mr. Farmer, and he's got a 19 wheat trade. 16, 18 is that guy. What's this one? 19, 17, 19. So he is no good. So I think we can send this guy off. So let's send him off to the reject pile. And we don't want that minecart to pick up another villager, just because I've already got enough here, so... Okay, there's the minecart, beautiful. We'll pick that up. Let's put this cart back here. Oh, there we go. Okay, next one. So, we've got another stray minecart here. What's this guy? Toolsmith as well. I think I'm just going to let these guys die because I just really can't be bothered to try and get them up where they need to be. So this guy, he's a farmer. Let's see where he runs. He's going to run somewhere. Where are you going to run to? Alright, we'll leave him there for a minute. Alright, let's pick up some more of these guys. And it looks like I need to turn the breeder back on, because this is all I have left by now. So, let's pick another guy up, and we'll test him out very quickly. Hey, what are you doing? You don't get to go there. He's a farmer. No, you don't get to go there. I said... Right, he's gone. Alright, so that's that part. Next, I've got to work out if my rail line here still works. So actually I might grab one of those minecarts back and we'll have a quick look at that. Okay, here we go guys. So this is in idle state at the moment. It looks like the line's clear all the way. I did have to knock one little minecart out of the way. And all we should have to do now is flick this guy. They should end up down there. And it should, yeah, pick up a villager. And then all we have to do here is flick this one. And off he goes. And I think if we do that... Let me just check. I think... Actually, I kind of don't want to check. But I think if we go this way, it should automatically align itself here and go down and pick up another one. Then come back and automatically align itself here and head out. I think it's a bit of like a junction sort of thing, but I guess what we could do is just do this and make it a one-way trip, because we're just trying to fill up the iron farm at the moment, so we might just leave it like that for a little while and see how it goes. Alright guys, so now what I want to do is try and work on a little bit of redstone science, and I just thought while I was here I'd show you what I've been doing. I've extended this little platform out a bit and made it all a little bit higher, so that's pretty cool, and eventually this is going to look really cool. If we go down here, now it looks a lot more finished than it did before. Anyway, what I thought we'd try and do now is go over this little sorting idea that I have. And I do need to make just a couple little devices. So I'm going to need some comparators. So I'll get some quartz and do that up. I'm going to need some hoppers, some chests, and I'll need a little bit of redstone as well. So I'll grab that. Alright, I'm going to make up my materials here, and then we're going to have a look at how this is going to work, and you guys can give me your opinion on it. Okay guys, so the first thing we need to look at here with the sorting system is the layout. So I put this up last episode just as a bit of an idea, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chests. Now my idea was to have all chests stacked up 6 high all the way around, and that could look cool, but it could also look very boring. And the other thing about that is it's very difficult to get a sorting system into this space that will work in that configuration. And trust me, I've been trying for quite a while. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to adjust the height of this system by quite a bit, make it a little bit taller. We're going to have one less chest like this. So we're going to have 5 chests instead of 6, and it's going to be, how tall is that? 9 blocks tall instead of 6. And what we're going to do is this will be ground floor right here. So the sorting system will actually extend an extra couple blocks down into the ground, and we'll do like a little sort of a channel moat thing around it, and that could be cool for a bit of a design feature. But we can reach the bottom chest, and we can also reach the top chest, and that gives us very similar storage capability, but it makes making this sorting system a whole lot easier. Okay guys, so let's talk very quickly about sorting systems. Now, there are quite a few sorting systems out there, and recently I know a couple guys have been working on them. I know Tango Tech and Zumavoid have been working on storage systems, and a little bit before that was Mumbo Jumbo. And also Etho is working on storage system. Well, he's nearly done at the moment. And there's quite a few designs out there, and for those of you that have seen a couple other videos I do, you know I've made one as well. But for this one I wanted something quite specific. Now, I wanted to use a bit less hoppers and redstone than my normal sorting system, and I wanted it to be able to stack vertically like this, and I wanted it to be silent, and I wanted it to work in a circle as well. So not a lot of wants, but there's a couple there. So I knew that the average sorting system wasn't going to suit me, so I've just spent probably the last week to week and a half trying to work out a way to do this, and I think that I've finally got it. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and hopefully you guys think it's alright. Now, what we're going to do first is we're going to use some hoppers, and the hoppers are going to be one like that into a chest, and then one straight down, and then one like that, and one straight down, and so on, all the way to the top. And what we're going to do with that is then we are going to do a little bit of circuitry here, and this is the one that I'm pretty happy with. Let's jump up a little bit higher here. Pretty happy with this design. So I'll put a comparator here, like that. We'll put a, what are we doing now? A block here like this, and another block right next to that hopper there, and actually this one here we can get rid of. Next we'll put a torch on the end of here, a repeater set to 4, and then some redstone dust here. Now what this essentially is it's a self-activated lock, basically. So what happens here is this hopper here is hooked up to the comparator. When there's something in the hopper, the comparator will show a signal which will disable this torch and run through this repeater and unpower this block. Now while this block is powered, you actually can't pull anything out of this hopper because this guy is powered. So if well, this won't work right now, but actually I can make it work. Hang on a second. So if we fill this up with iron, and then in here we put a hopper, the hopper's going to stay there. Oh no, it won't, because I just hooked it up. But the hopper's going to stay there until this torch is unpowered, because first thing it does is it checks the chest to see if any hoppers can go in the chest, and if they can't, by the time it realizes that no hoppers can go in there, this hopper gets unpowered and sucks it out of there into the next chest, into the next hopper, which does the same. Now this bottom one I've just left blank so that any extra will go into here, but that is how we're going to do it. Now with this configuration here, you could easily put in, and you've probably seen this before, you can put in redstone and iron, and that would sort both redstone and iron. So if we put a piece of iron in here and then a piece of redstone in here, if we check in here, we've got 2 and 2, and there's nothing that made its way down. If we put a powered rail in here, the powered rail won't go in, so it goes down the bottom here. So this design is pretty much quiet. It's silent. The only thing is we will need to use a dropper tower eventually to get it up here, but I do have an idea for that to make that silent as well. So this needs to continue all the way up, and let me just do that quickly. And there we go. So apart from being 2 blocks wide, it's actually quite compact. So including the chest, it's only 4 blocks across, 2 blocks wide, and each cell is 2 blocks deep. So that's not too bad. But let's have a look what I've just done here. So just for demonstration purposes, I've filled these chests up. So we've got dirt and cobblestone and glass bottles and netherrack and stone and iron, and the bottom one is going to be miscellaneous, things that don't fit. So to demonstrate this working, let's chuck in a piece of dirt, piece of cobble, a glass bottle, some netherrack, some redstone, a book, some iron, some stone, and an axe. Alright, so what that's done is it's gone through each level, because they operate independently, one at a time, and hopefully there's my axe, my book, and my redstone, because that didn't have a home. And if we check back here, we've got two iron and two stone. We've got two netherrack. We've got two cobblestone and two dirt, and two glass bottles. So it worked perfectly. So the only thing we have to do with this is then add items slowly to this top hopper, and it will drain all the way down. And then when it gets to the bottom, what we'll end up doing is, rather than having a junk chest at the bottom, we'll have a dropper tower, so like an item elevator dropper, and that'll go all the way to the top and start a new row and go down that row. So that is the plan for that. And then all we have to do then is work out the configuration of chests that is going to allow that space to occur. So obviously we can't have two of them like this, because if this one's being powered, this one here will also be powered, so we have to avoid that. So that is my sorting system. I think it's going to work out really well, and if I do get it working nicely, I might even make a little tutorial on that, because I think it could be quite a useful multi-item sorter. Alright guys, well, I think that's about all we have time for this episode. A little bit more of a talky episode, but I've really been working hard on this thing, trying to get it to work, and it's been taking up a lot of time, and this is so far the best one that I've got yet, and I reckon it's going to be pretty close to one of the better versions out there once I'm finished with it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that little bit of insight and that few little bits of troubleshooting that we did. Hopefully when we come back next time we're going to have a bit more done. Now I will mention that I am going away on a little tiny trip this weekend, and I won't be back till probably the middle of the week, so we might actually have a little bit of a later episode next week. And then after that, I've got a little function that I've got on that might also take up a little bit of time. So hopefully I'll get some more videos out. I really want to get the Halo tree farm out very soon and make a demo video of that. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.